Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? So we were discussing differentiation for IGCSE Mathematics 0580. We discussed the concept of differentiation and then how to find out derivatives, and then I'm going to discuss the turning points. So let's say turning points or stationary points. So let's say we have a quadratic curve. We know that this point is going to be a maximum point, and for this we have a minimum point. We know that a quadratic is given by ax square plus bx plus c. If a value is negative, we have a maximum, and if a is negative, if a is positive, then we have a minimum. So let's say we have a curve y equals x square minus 6x plus 8. So I'm going to find out the turning point by using completing square. So you know how to use completing square, how to solve using completing square. That is going to be plus 3 squared plus 3 squared on both sides. This would become y plus 1. This is going to be x minus 3 whole square, and that is going to be x minus 3 whole square minus 1. So it's basically x minus h. So my h value is 3 plus k. My k value is negative 1. So my turning point is going to be the vertex point. I would suggest to write it as a vertex point. It is going to be 3 comma minus 1. Okay. So what is the other method to find out the turning point? So let's say we have a curve. We know that if the point is maximum, then the tangent at this point is going to be at maximum or minimum. We can see that my tangent is going to be parallel to x-axis, right? So let's take a look at this point. Obviously this point is not a maximum point. Let's say this point is not a maximum point. So obviously my tangent is not parallel to x-axis, but at minimum or maximum I can see clearly that my tangent is parallel to the x-axis. So at maximum point or minimum point, my tangent is going to be parallel to x-axis, and if it is parallel to x-axis, my gradient should be equals to 0, or I would say that dy over dx equals 0. So the first point comes in my mind for the stationary point, that my dy by dx should be equals to 0. Okay, now take a look at that example that we were doing. So it was x square minus 6x plus 8. So I just told you the method that I'm going to take out derivative. We know how to calculate the derivative. Power comes down, 1 subtract from the power. X derivative is 1, so it is going to be only 6. I have explained these all things in the previous lectures. So gradient is going to be 0 for the turning point. If they are asking for the turning or stationary point, then my derivative should be equals to 0. So now I would get the value of x. How I am going to get the value of x? It's very simple. It's going to be 2x equals 6, and that should be x equals 3. So I have got the value of x. You can clearly see that the turning point x was equals to 3. You can clearly see that my x was equals to 3. Now again, how can I get the value of y? It's very simple again. I will plug in this value in y. So y of 3 is basically 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 8. So that is going to be y equals minus 1. So my vertex point or my turning point is going to be 3 comma minus 1. So the first thing comes in the mind that my gradient is going to be 0, and looking at the quadratic curve, it's very simple to find out that it is a maximum or a minimum. Then it's very easy that if the value of a is positive, then it's going to be a minimum, and if the value of a is negative, then it's going to be, if the value of a is positive, then it is going to be minimum. If the value of a is negative, then it's going to be a maximum. So next thing is, if we don't have a quadratic curve, what if we have a cubical curve? So you can see that this is a turning point P1, that is a turning point P2. So for suppose we have y equals 1 over 3 x cube minus 5 over 2 x square minus 6x plus 1. So now I need what? I need a derivative. So this is 1 over 3. Now this becomes 3x square minus 5 over 2. X square derivative is 2x, and this is going to be 6 because x derivative is 1 and 1 is the constant and constant derivative is 0. So I will be putting the derivative equals to 0. So this becomes x square minus 5x plus 6, and that is going to be equals to 0. So I'm going to factorize it, or using quadratic formula, I will get x equals to 2, I will get x equals to 3. I have got the values of x. Now I will be getting y of 2 just by plugging the value 2 in the question. So I'm going to get some y, and similarly y of 3 should be 1 over 3 cube minus 5 over 2 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 1. I'm going to get another value of 5. So this is the method in which we are going to find out the stationary point. This is the method. Okay, obviously we don't know what is the nature of the roots. So how can we find out the nature of the roots? So that topic I'm going to let you know in the next lecture. I suppose this lecture is clear to you. Thank you.